Welcome to Catching a Vibe. This is episode 34. I'm your host, Drew, and today I'm joined by the legends. Again, we got Chris Pinnell and Andrew Brady. Boys, it's been a minute. How are we doing?
Doing good. It's been a week off from football unless you watched the Pro Bowl, but
The flag
we were,
football game.
we were pretty thankful for the amazing games we saw on the championship round, especially the Niners and the Lions. I thought that was a great one, and I'm sure you guys agree.
Oh, no doubt. Andrew?
Yeah, it feels like forever since we've been on here. It was a long week off or so. I did not watch the Pro Bowl, but I heard it was somewhat interesting. But yeah, I'm just ready for the Super Bowl. It's a really good game. Looking forward to talking about it.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I saw from the Pro Bowl was, do you remember that that dude Super Hot Fire, the rapper on YouTube?
I don't think so.
It sounds familiar.
Eli Manning, the rap battle against him, and he said a hard line about Tom Brady, the GOAT. I beat him twice, though. So,
Eli?
Yeah.
I think I saw that, actually. Was that this year, then?
Yes.
Okay, I did see that, then. Yeah.
Yeah. But before we talk about the Super Bowl, we'll go over the championship round. First game was the Chiefs versus Ravens, 17-10. This was super disappointing to me, honestly. Super low scoring. Lamar sucked it up, dude. It hurt to see the Ravens, how well they were playing all year. Then they just laid that egg on the game. Too many dumb penalties by them. What do you guys have?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty weird game plan from the Ravens. They completely abandoned the run.
Right.
Lamar Jackson ran the ball 8 times, but other than that, Gus Edwards, 3 carries, Justice Hill, 3 carries. If the Ravens can't run the ball, they are not going to win the game. Because as good as Lamar is, if he has to turn into a pocket passer, that's just not his forte. The Chiefs defense stepped it up. Patrick Mahomes didn't really have to do a ton to make that work, but it was the Travis Kelce show through the air.
Oh, my God. What was it, 9 catches in the first half? 100 yards?
Something like that. I mean, once the playoffs start, Mahomes and Kelce, no matter how they looked in the regular season, they just flip the switch.
Yeah. Andrew?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to watch, man. I mean, I gave Lamar his props. I said this guy's really kind of turning around, because I always mess with Lamar, oh, this guy's a running back playing quarterback. A lot of people have that joke, and then he goes out there and he just looks horrible, dude. He didn't do anything in the passing game. He missed wide receivers, tight ends by a mile. It wasn't even close. And I guess I'm a little salty. I needed Lamar to get 59 rushing yards to hit a couple $100 parlay. He only got 54. He could have ran so many different other times, but yeah, I mean, the Ravens looked awful. Is it because Lamar just had an off game, or is it because I've been talking about the entire playoffs, this Chiefs defense is very good defense. So I don't know, but yeah, I think this Chiefs team is a problem. It's definitely a problem. The defense is playing incredibly. Travis Kelce in these playoffs looks like the Travis Kelce of old. So yeah, the Chiefs can be very tough to beat, and I can't wait to talk about the 49ers game.
Mm-hmm. So I have one question. Do you guys think the Ravens could win a Super Bowl with Lamar?
I think it really just depends on if they can get the right matchup. If they were able to play with the lead, they have to play with the lead. If they're kind of come from behind, that's going to be tough for them. The defense has to be good. Lamar's a great quarterback. He's a fun quarterback.
Yeah.
But again, if he has to turn into a pocket passer, it's just not going to win games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think anytime soon. I don't think so.
Yeah. And
I do want to mention. Oh,
go ahead, Chris.
Okay. I wanted to mention, if in this game, it reminded me of the Browns game when they played the Kansas City Chiefs not too long ago with Baker, because they had that fumble right on the 1-yard line go to the end zone, which kind of saved the Chiefs. They reminded me, hey, I'm getting kind of deja vu from this Browns game. Yeah.
That was crazy, because there was 2 touchbacks in the championship round, wasn't there? Or was it back-to-back weeks? Because
I think you're right about it happening.
Hardman against the Bills did it, then Zay Flowers against the Chiefs.
Right. Yeah.
Crazy. I wonder if they're going to get rid of that rule, because that rule is pretty stupid. Let's be honest.
I hate it. Because, if it happens anywhere on the field, you're getting the ball right back. But if it happens right in the most important part of the field, you don't get the ball back. I don't understand that.
I mean, you're surrendering at least 3 to 7 points.
Oh, I mean, it completely changed the game.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Lamar is a great player, but those Ravens, it just seems like the playoffs just are too much for him. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like you can't like look at the stats on paper of a guy that just has it in the playoffs. Mahomes, he has it. Lamar, not kind of for the Texans game, but he just not quite up to Patrick Mahomes' range when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. There's a clip of Odell talking to Lamar, and he's like, dude, like, you changed the game when you run the ball. I don't know why we're not running the ball. Like, it just seemed like they had like a plan. Then they made no adjustments about none.
I thought they were going to run the ball like 20 times with Lamar. I mean, you can't stop him when he's running.
And they had him throw 37 times. Like, Lamar's not winning a game if he has to hit the ball 40 times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't he start off the game like 5 for 17?
He probably, I mean, he kind of masked it with that one amazing play to Zay Flowers when he, but
sweet.
Other than that, it wasn't a pretty day.
Yeah. So that wraps up that game. Then the 49ers versus Lions. As the GOAT James says, Detroit, what happened? I feel so bad for you Detroit fans. Is that worse than the Falcons collapse?
It's pretty close. I don't think we can say it's worse because it's not in the Super Bowl, but
for
Lions fans, I'm sure it's way worse, man. That was a tough watch.
No doubt.
man. I mean, what happened? Like you said, what happened, dude? It was looking like a blowout, and I was like, what the heck's going on? And then all of a sudden, just mistake after mistake, bad coaching. I don't know. I mean, the Lions had a shot, man. The Lions had a very good shot. They're a good team, but they blew it. Simple as that.
Yeah. Once Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled, I was like, dude, I think the Niners could come back because that momentum just totally turned around after that. Then they go for it on 4th down twice. If you're Dan Campbell, don't you want to get a field goal? You know what I mean? Like it's the NFC Championship game. You got to get points.
Yeah, like he's a very fun coach. I love when coaches are aggressive, but I mean, I was seeing some of the analytics, what they said. It was kind of a coin flip. I know a lot of people agree with just taking the points versus the Niners, especially when you had so much going for you right in the second half or the first half. It was just definitely one of the biggest collapses, I would say, in the playoffs that we have seen in some time for sure.
Yeah. And after the game, Dan Campbell talked about it's going to be harder next year to make it back to the NFC Championship because everybody has a target on their back. Do we think the Lions could get back?
They have the roster for it. The problem is the defense because they get shredded almost every single week. So the offense has to put up so many points. They have a great offense. If they can fix up the defense, maybe. But I mean, obviously the Niners, I think, are certainly the best team in the NFC right now. And plus, you have some up and coming teams like the Green Bay Packers with their young quarterback as well.
Yeah, Jay Love. But now we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. So 49ers versus Chiefs, the rematch of 4 years ago. The line is at 2. Over-under is 47.5. Is the outcome going to be the same or different? What do you guys think?
I do think it's probably fair that the Niners are favored in this game. I would say they have the better overall team. The thing is, though, we've said it the past couple of weeks, Patrick Mahomes has been the underdog previous 2 weeks, going up against probably better rosters. Maybe not so much with the Bills, but they were on the road. But he just continues to beat good teams. And it's obviously the Niners are loaded, but it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. The dude just knows what it takes to win games.
Yes. Agree.
Yeah, so it's weird. You go on Twitter and everybody's picking the Chiefs, right? Everybody's betting the Chiefs. I forget what the exact numbers were, but basically the majority of people are betting the Chiefs and the majority of the money's even on the Chiefs. But this line seems to kind of be staying around the 49ers 1.5 to 2 points. And then it sucks because I like the Chiefs here. I mean, Patrick Mahomes as a +2, I mean, it's hard not for me not to go with the Chiefs here. I think their defense this is probably one of the better Chiefs defenses that Patrick Mahomes has had. Travis Kelce's finally playing very good. He had an off year, it looked like he was on his way to potentially being washed, but looks like the elite version of himself. I mean, how are you going to stop Travis Kelce? How are you going to stop Isaiah Pacheco, who I think is really good in the running and passing game? And then you got Rashid Rice that has just came out of nowhere, later half in the season. And Patrick Mahomes just finds a way to get it done. So yeah, Patrick Mahomes as an underdog. I mean, I got to go with it, but it just scares me that literally a lot of people are on the Chiefs here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have a future bet on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I placed it right after the Super Bowl last year, so I'm hoping they pull it off. But I don't know. I feel like the NFL is getting what they want. They want the Swifties in the Super Bowl. They want Travis to propose to Taylor after the game. But it should be a really good game, dude. It's Andy Reid, Mahomes, and Kelsey. They might be the greatest trio of all time.
Oh yeah.
If they're not
Maybe.
1, they're 2 for sure in my lifetime.
Yeah, between 1 and 2, between Belichick, Brady, and Gronk.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Niners have been starting off slow in these playoffs. They can't do this against the Chiefs with Mahomes because that defense is great this year. They can't do it. So, score prediction.
I'm rooting for, I say this every single week and the Chiefs keep winning, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I am picking the Niners 24-21, but go Chiefs.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a kind of a lowish scoring game. I think the total's pretty solid there. I'm going, let's see. 24. I'll go 24-21 is the number I had in my head, but in favor of the Chiefs. I think it's a close game, semi low scoring, but I think the Chiefs pull it off 24-21.
Wow, that's crazy because my score prediction is Chiefs 24-17.
Okay.
Low scoring.
I like that.
Super Bowl MVP. Do we think it's if the Chiefs won 100% Mahomes, or do we think someone else could win?
I would have a hard time seeing that go to Mahomes. Like, I don't have it in front of me, but I mean, quarterback, I have to assume is probably the majority.
Right.
Yeah, I think Taylor Swift might get MVP. plus 20,000. No, it's Mahomes.
Yeah. What if the Niners win? Who you think? CMC?
It gets
That's
more
where it
interesting.
gets tougher.
Yeah.
I would. I mean, I'd probably say CMC, but man, it's usually a quarterback award. But I guess with Super Bowls, I remember a defensive player got it once, and
Von Miller, Malcolm Smith for the Seahawks.
That's
they
what I'm
won
thinking of.
the
Yeah.
MVPs. So random, by the way. Malcolm Smith winning a Super Bowl MVP.
Right. Didn't he like a pick six?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick six.
God, that game against the Broncos was just horrible.
Oh, that's probably one of the worst Super Bowls I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
Man, because usually the Super Bowls tend to be pretty good, but that was just absolutely terrible. Last year's was amazing, though. Probably one of the best we've seen.
Yeah, probably. And
That
going back to that Super Bowl, everybody was hyped because it was the number one offense against the number one defense. Then the first snap is 10 feet above Peyton Manning's unathletic ass, and it was just over from there.
I'm looking at the Super Bowl MVP odds, and obviously Mahomes is number one. Then it goes Purdy, and then CMC. So it looks like they think if the Niners win, it'll probably end up being Purdy.
Yeah, it could be Purdy, CMC, Debo. Debo could be maybe an MVP. We've seen some wide receivers get it, but I would probably go with Purdy. Purdy probably, but CMC my next best guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If the Niners win it, do you think a lot of people are going to start realizing Brock Purdy is pretty damn good? Or what do you think happens if they win?
I don't know. I feel like on Twitter, like the landscape on him changed. Like everyone loved him because he's a good feel-good story. And then everything I see now is he's an overrated bum that gets carried by all the skill position players. I'm like, keep in mind, guys, he was Mr. Irrelevant. It's not like he's some first-round pick. So
I know.
I don't know.
It's so weird how like it just changed out of nowhere. Like the perspective if Brock Purdy's good or not.
That's how it goes. One bad game and you suck. Right.
Right.
They forget the 10 other good ones.
Yep. Last question I have. If the Chiefs win, are you guys ready to say Mahomes is the GOAT? Or does he need to do more? Obviously, he needs to do more, but would you guys say he's the GOAT?
I mean, I think you can put him right there with Brady. I think he's a better talent than Brady. Obviously, he needs to win more to be on that level, just numbers wise, but I do think he's the most talented quarterback ever. So just more Super Bowls would add on to that thought.
Right.
Yeah, not yet, but soon. He's only 28 years old, so has at least maybe 10 years left in him, which could lead to like another 3-4 Super Bowls even.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
not yet, but he's getting there.
Yeah. So that wraps up the Super Bowl. Thank you guys for coming on again. This is a fun time. The Super Bowl should be a great game. Hopefully, my future bet hits. Maybe we hit the correct score again.
Mm.
Let's see.
Mm.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.
See you.